Hey y'all, DJ Dum Ditty with the Dum Ditty News. Today is May the 1st, 2017. There is nothing trending right now, at least nothing interesting, so we're going to do on this date in history. Can you hear what I'm saying? We're going to start off with what happened on this date in history. It's on this date in 1006 that the first supernova was observed in the constellation Lupus. Where the hell's the constellation Lupus? I thought that was a disease. I don't know. It was on this date in 1704 that the Boston Newsletter published its first advertisement. Them dang son of a guns. Now we know who to blame. And on this date in 1751 that the first American cricket match was held, y'all. We see how well that took. And it was on this date in 1776 that the secret society, the Illuminati, was founded. Ain't so secret anymore, are they? It was on this date in 1883 Buffalo Bill Cody had his first Wild West show. I think it was held somewhere in the East. It was on this date in 1891 Cy Young pitches his first game. You know, when he got to be famous and had all them records, what award did he get? I have to think about that one. It was on this date in 1901 that the very first American League Grand Slam was hit out of the park, and it was on this date in 1920 that Babe Ruth hit home run number 50. That was number 1 for the Yankees. And we all know what happened after that. 1920, the longest game, yeah y'all, the longest game in Major League Baseball history as far as innings are concerned, lasted 26 innings, and it was between the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Boston Braves. Final score, 1-1. I guess technically that game just never finished now, did it? It was on this date, 1927, that the first airliner served a cooked meal. Passengers have been getting sick ever since. It was on this date, 1930, that 11-year-old young man by the name of Venetia Burney got the name of planet. Yeah, he named it Pluto. No word on whether or not he got a trip to Disney World. It was on this date in 1935 that the Canadians first circulated a silver dollar. And it was on this date in 1936 that the first forgers would come around. It was on this date in 1951 that Mickey Mantle hit home run number 1. In 1952, Mr. Potato Head was born. Of course, he married Mrs. Potato Head, and they had a little baby girl named Spuzz McKenzie. Or maybe that was a dog. I can't remember which. 1969, the Philadelphia Eagles were purchased for a little over $16 million, y'all. Whew, that's a lot of money. In 1976, the Empress Lily, which is a paddle steamer replica, was dedicated. And was it dedicated? Yeah, it was dedicated at Walt Disney World. Yeah, anybody's ever been to Walt Disney World, you take the little ferry across the pond there to actually get to the park. That's the Empress Lily, and that's an actual replica. It was on this date in 1992 that Ricky Henderson stole his 1,000th base. That's a major league record, y'all. I think he ended up stealing a couple more. The odd thing about that is also on this date a couple years earlier that he stole a record-breaking 993 home runs. I think it was just a year earlier. That takes care. Oh, one other thing. It was on this date in 2012 that the LA Dodgers were purchased for $2.1 billion. That's a lot of daggone money. So the Eagles were sold in '67 for $16 million, and the Dodgers were sold in 2012 for $2.1 billion. That's a lot of daggone money. In 2013, they tried to get a refund, and it was denied. All right, let's get to birthdays, y'all. It was on this date in 1852 that Mary Jane Canary was born in Princeton, Missouri. Mary Jane Canary. Boy, I just like that name, Mary Jane Canary. It just kind of flows off the tongue. Kind of like Dum Ditty Do. Mary Jane Canary, born in 1852. You probably know her better as Calamity Jane. It was on this date in 1907 that Kate Smith was born. Y'all, you know her. She has the definitive version of God Bless America. God bless Kate Smith. She would be 110 years old if she were still alive. It was on this date in 1918 that Jack Parr was born in Canton, Ohio. He'd be 99, but he's probably up there in heaven playing on a golf course. Probably shooting par. It was on this date in 1944 that Rita Coolidge was born in Nashville, Tennessee. She'd be 73. And in 1967, Faith Hill's husband was born in Louisiana. He'd be 50 years old. That's Tim McGraw, y'all, in case you didn't know. One last thing, 1941 Cheerios were brought into America, and they'd be 76-year-old. Well, that takes care of me. This is Dum Ditty. Don't forget to go by the GoFundMe site, Dum Ditty Do, help my daughter get a car. Until the next time, y'all, cheerio.